Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Big Bang Blox. Today, we are attempting the world's hardest bicycle obby in Roblox. And let's be honest, looking at my character right now, I look like a complete noob. I'm probably going to fall a lot, but while I try to survive these impossible jumps without cracking my helmet, I'm going to tell you the absolutely insane history of bicycles. Did you know the first bike didn't even have pedals? Or that bicycles are literally the reason you exist today? I'm not joking. Stay tuned until the end, because the last fact is going to blow your mind. Let's speedrun this. Let's go. Bruh. No way. Okay, let's start at the beginning. The year is 1817. A German guy named Karl von Drais invents the very first bicycle. But here's the catch. It had no pedals. I'm serious. It was called the dandy horse, or the running machine. You literally had to sit on it and run with your feet on the ground, like a toddler on a plastic toy. Imagine pulling up to school on that thing today. You would get roasted so hard. It weighed like 50 pounds because it was made entirely of wood. Even the wheels were wood. Can you imagine hitting a pothole with wooden wheels? Your spine would literally leave the chat. Ouch. Actually, here is a funny bonus fact. People back then didn't respect this invention at all. They made fun of the riders. They called them dandies, which was a word for men who cared too much about fashion. It was basically a meme in 1817. Also, these wooden bikes were so hard to steer that they kept crashing into people walking on the street. So, believe it or not, the very first bicycle was eventually banned in many cities. Imagine that. The bicycle was illegal. Bruh. No way. Whoa. That jump was close. Okay, fast forward to the 1870s. Inventors thought, hey, you know what would make bikes better? Making them incredibly dangerous. Enter the Penny Farthing. You've seen these. It's that bike with one gigantic front wheel and a tiny baby wheel in the back. The front wheel was almost 5 feet tall. Why? Because back then they didn't have gears. So, to go faster, you needed a bigger wheel. But there was a huge problem. If you hit a rock or a dog or even a small bump, you would fly over the handlebars and land face first on the concrete. They actually called this accident taking a header. It happened so often that riding a bike was considered an extreme sport, almost like skydiving is today. Only crazy people rode bikes. Bruh. Okay guys, focus. This is the craziest fact of the video. Listen to this. Scientists believe that bicycles actually changed the human gene pool. Yes, your DNA. Before bikes were invented, regular people rarely left their own villages. You were born in a village, you grew up there, and you married someone from the same village. Your world was tiny. But when bicycles became cheap and safe in the 1890s, suddenly, people could travel to the next town over. Boys started riding bikes to meet girls in other cities. So, statistically speaking, if the bicycle wasn't invented, your great-great-grandparents might never have met, which means you wouldn't exist. So, say thank you to a bicycle today. Bruh. Oh no, I fell again. Okay, respawning. Let's talk about airplanes. You know the Wright brothers? The guys who invented the first airplane? Well, guess what their job was before planes? They were bicycle mechanics. They used the money from their bike shop to build the first plane. And they used bicycle technology, like chains and lightweight frames, to make it fly. So without bikes, we wouldn't have airplanes. And you couldn't fly to Disney World. Bikes are literally the MVP of history. Also, did you know soldiers used bikes in wars? They had folding bikes that they carried on their backs while jumping out of airplanes. That is tactical level 1000. No way. Finally, look at bikes today. We have electric bikes, mountain bikes that cost more than a car, and whatever this Roblox bike is that keeps killing me. The longest bicycle in the world is over 135 feet long. That's longer than a blue whale. Good luck trying to park that at the supermarket. Anyway guys, we made it pretty far in the obby. If you learned something new, destroy that like button and subscribe to Big Bang Blox. Comment down below. Do you know how to ride a bike in real life, or do you still need training wheels? Be honest. I won't judge much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.